how much Japanese do you need to know before you go to Japan? Ultimately, it depends, depending on several factors. Now, one of the factors being how long you plan on staying in Japan, and also what you're going to Japan for. So if you're just coming over for a couple weeks to see the sights in the big cities and stuff, you don't really need to know a lot of Japanese, if any, really. Tokyo is one of the most foreign-friendly cities in Japan, if not the most foreign-friendly city in Japan. You know, there's English on the majority of sites and in restaurants, and you got pictures and all kinds of other stuff for the menus. So it's very easy to navigate around in Tokyo. And a lot of the train systems are laid out in English. And once you get kind of the hang of, you know, where the different train lines are, and if you have like Google Maps or Hyperdia on your phone, it's pretty easy to get around Tokyo once you kind of know how things work. At least it's very easy to get to the main sites. If you go to some place a bit off the beaten path, you might have some trouble, but it is definitely doable in Tokyo. And also in other major touristy spots in Japan. You know, if you go to like Kyoto, I hear Osaka is pretty good, as well as Fukuoka. But if you stray away from the bigger cities, you might have a harder time if your Japanese isn't really up to snuff. Now, is it impossible to go to those places? Not really. It's just going to be a bit more difficult to navigate and, you know, communicate to people what you want if your Japanese skill is lacking. As far as like how much Japanese you need to know if you want to be a student or if you plan on working in Japan, you know, ultimately it depends on your field and it depends on what school you're going to. Now, if you're going to an American style university like Temple University, Lakeland University, or like Sophia or several others that are out in the Tokyo area. Again, since you're in Tokyo, most foreign-friendly city in Japan, you know, you could get by your entire time there without learning a single bit of Japanese. Will your quality of life be good not knowing any Japanese? I don't think so. I think that the more Japanese you know, the better your time will be. And that goes across the board, whether you're visiting for a couple weeks or you plan on working there or studying abroad. Having a good grasp of the language, or at least knowing some basic phrases, will definitely help you in your time in Japan.